What's happening, family? Hey, it's your main man, TJ Chatman, back with another episode of the Black Couch Chronicles. And my next guest, she needs no introduction, but I'm going to still get to it anyway. Queen Vibe Nation empowers women through sisterhood, leadership, and community impact. Queen's Vibe Nation is a rapidly growing national women's organization dedicated in empowering women and being able to give back to sisterhood, leadership, development, wellness, and community service. And today our co-host, or should I say, my special guest, is the co-founder.
I can be a co-host too.
Well, you can do that too. Yeah. We're gonna talk about that off camera. But yeah, she is the co-founder of Queen's Vibe Nation, and none other, what better way than introduce, my sister, Charidy Russaw. Welcome to the couch, even though we ain't on the couch, but hey, welcome to the podcast.
Yes, thank you. That was a great introduction. You did it so well, but I do have to correct you because you are my brother, and this is how we talk on because you talk about it being the couch setting and being super comfortable. Okay, so it's Queen Vibes.
Queen
so
Vibes.
Queen, plural, no S on Queens.
Okay.
So it is Queen Vibes Nation, and I'm so excited to be here to represent our organization. And like you said, I am the co-founder. Charidy Dickerson is actually our founder. She lives all the way over in Indianapolis, but our hub is here in Orlando, Florida. So thank you. Yeah,
wow.
Thanks for having me.
So now the people want to know, back at home watching, listening, how did you guys come up with this? Like, what was the purpose of doing this, and how did the creative juices flow that made you guys decide to make it happen?
Yeah, everyone asks us that actually, and it's really, really funny because there was, like, to be completely honest with you, no thought from the beginning, like none. just none. And when I say that, this actually was again created by my founder, Charidy. She actually moved here to Florida, I don't know, maybe a couple years ago. Okay. And Charidy and I, just some history, Charidy and I have been friends since we were 13 years old. Okay. So we both lived in the city of Seattle, Washington. We grew up together. We walked home from school together. So we're really, really close. So what ended up happening just out of nowhere, she called about 2.5 years ago and she was like, Charidy, I'm moving to Orlando, Florida. I'm picking up my family and I'm moving. And I said, hey, I'm here. Like, I don't know anybody. And to come from Seattle all the way clear across the United States of America, like, you had to be brave to do that. And I did that. And I didn't really have a lot of folks here. Nonetheless, she moved down here. And it was really hard. And a lot of women can kind of relate to this. Being able to find your tribe as you get older, right? Okay. As a woman,
that makes
right?
sense,
like in your 40s. And, by that time, you usually already got your bestie, from high school or whatever it is, and it's hard for women to kind of like break into those groups. Okay. And of course, she had a couple things building up. Moving from across the country, she had her whole family, and she really didn't know anybody but me. So that being said, she came and was like, hey, I want to kind of do something where I invite a bunch of women that we don't know each other, and just do like a dinner. Yeah. And so she reached out to me and she said, I want to do dinner. And then it became maybe we should just like start a group.
Right. Okay.
A women's group. And she said, I'm going to call it Queen Vibes. And at that time it was Queen Vibes Orlando.
Okay.
And she said, I'm going to call it Queen Vibes and I'm going to put it on Facebook. And the reason for her to put it on Facebook was because she wanted more people to see it.
Got it. Okay.
It was all about marketing to get more women there. Right. Because she wanted to open it up. It wasn't like a one-on-one thing. Right. So she ended up doing that, creating the Facebook page, was our first original Facebook page. And then we ended up going to Cooper's Hawk in Orlando. And I believe we had about 45 women show up to that. Wow. So when that happened, her and I talked, and we went, oh my God, there's a need for this. Okay. Because even during the conversations at Cooper's Hawk, we had a lot of icebreakers to kind of get to know women. Their background. We had all kinds of women from, different diversities or like different seasons in their lives, whether they were stay-at-home moms or boss ladies or just people that wanted friendship.
Right. Okay.
And we actually did a survey that day to see what the need was, like with women. Like, what are you looking for in a friendship or relationship? And we kind of built it based off of that.
Wow. I mean, it's ironic because, you know, you have this whole saying about, you know, women clashing out one another and trying to, you know, crabs in a barrel, trying to bring another woman down, and, you know, vice versa.
Yeah.
So, like, how easy was the transition of getting these women on board to see the vision of what y'all trying to do?
Honestly, I'm a keep everybody on game on this one.
We listening.
Yeah. It's about building relationship.
Okay. Yeah.
We don't have to sell anything.
Man.
Matter of fact, there's nothing that we sell.
Okay.
This is all built on genuine, authentic relationships.
Okay.
And with women, and we were just having this conversation before we got here, a lot of times we have built up these barriers in our relationships, and that's only because of whatever traumas or you know, difficult friendships or whatever it is. And it's like, oh, I don't want people in that space anymore, right?
Okay.
So we were able to reach those people just by being extremely genuine and understanding that every woman is different, and allowing that woman to be seen, allowing her to feel heard when she speaks. If she's speaking on something that's really, really hard, we get to listen to that, and we get to either just listen, because, you know, most of the time people tell you things and a lot of people they try to resolve it all the time, you know. Like, no, I don't need you to resolve this. I just actually need you to listen.
That's it. Just listen and be quiet.
That's it. And so I think we have built our organization on those concepts of really being a genuine woman and actually caring and not using things in our back pockets against each other.
Exactly.
And we're going to sharpen each other. Because a lot of friendship building in women too, they think, oh, well, you know, just be nice to me and all is good in the world. Yeah, that's great, but we also challenge you at the end of the day.
Good. Now, how does this work? Because sometimes this word causes women to break out in hives and start scratching and, you know, and running away from it. So how does accountability, what role does it play in the tribe? Like, do they actually understand what accountability is?
Such a great question. I love this one.
Let's talk about it.
Yes, I love getting into the meat of things. Accountability, yes. A lot of people like to put on cream. You just said you were itching. They like to mask that piece because nobody wants to be responsible. And that's not just with women, right? Like, that's with women and men. But accountability is so key to Queen Vibes. A lot of what we do, so I'll give you an example. We actually have what's called an escalation process within Queen Vibes. So when you talk about accountability, if there's something that, you know, it is brought up, an issue, could be an issue, or, you know, between member to member or member to leadership or whatever it is. And we see that it needs some support. We actually go to those people. We have a queue where we bring those people through. It's almost like going to work, right? Where you have like an escalation queue. Or, because we care. We really care about those people. Not that we care, but we care about growth.
Yes, okay.
Growth is so important. Like, we need to grow as individuals and as women. So accountability is huge. We do bring them through a process if there's an issue. And we get to our coaches, they're our ambassadors, and Heather, I'm gonna shout out to my girl Heather Taylor. She is our one of our accountability coaches, and she's our ambassador. So we go through that process and we have them own their stuff.
Nice. So I'm gonna stay right there for a bit about accountability, right? So, you know, you've probably heard about certain things where women won't hold themselves accountable when it comes to their relationships. You know, they find ways to, you know, blame the guy in the relationship. Yes, it takes two, right? And sometimes even men don't see what we've done in the relationship, but there's always something that causes something, right?
Yeah.
So explain to us, like, if a woman sees a guy and she knows that that's just my friend, there's nothing that's going to come beyond this, why do some women expect boyfriend or husband energy when you know good goddamn well that's just your friend. And then have the audacity to get mad when the dude starts saying, okay, we're just friends, I'm finna give you friend energy. And now she, all of a sudden she mad, like, why you stop doing this? Why you stop doing that? Because you're my friend. And I'm not finna give my friend relationship energy.
Okay.
So I'm kind of curious on why do women still want to do that, knowing good goddamn well they ain't got no future with this person other than, oh, that's just my friend. I'm not gonna continue to expect boyfriend material from this guy when I ain't have no. I'm not even trying to be with him.
Yeah. Okay. So a lot to unpack there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. We're gonna talk about it
because I have my own personal opinions on that, and by no means I'm not a relationship coach or anything like that. Total disclaimer, you guys. But I know I've been there personally, and I know a lot of people have gone through this. So, to answer your question, why do women do that? Like, their expectations, what you're telling me is, their expectations is something different than yours in regards to the level of relationship that you have, right?
But if the expectations has to be talked about.
Correct.
So if those
I'm going there.
If those expectations are set,
right,
and they're heard, now it's kind of like, why are you acting surprised?
Yeah, because those are her preconceived. So even if the guy was on the other shoe, you know, it would be his preconceived notion that, hey, you know, this person, even though this is my friend, but I want something more than that. There could be a lot of things. That's why I said it's a lot to unpack.
Okay.
Because who knows what that guy, the type of vibes that guy is giving her either. Okay. So you could be a friend, but she's thinking what the vibes that you're giving her is showing her that she can believe her preconceived notion that there's something there. Okay, we're gonna start there. So obviously there's some ownership from the male too, to make sure that you guys are not giving that, you know, alluding that to a woman, right? Yeah. So you need to make sure of that. Communication is huge too.
Yeah.
You know, because every man knows when a woman is trying to hit on him or wants to be with them.
Absolutely.
Every man knows that.
Yeah.
So if you know that and yet you continue to allow her to show, you know, how she feels about you in that way, then that's on you as a man.
Yeah, that does happen. You know, like you know the shout that like you, man. Why you keep leading her on, thinking that y'all got a future together, and when in fact you're just either using her or, you know, that's just a friend. But you want her to give off, you know, wifey materials and other stuff, and the same thing vice versa. Yeah. So if conversations are had, expectations are set, hey, look, I ain't looking for nothing. I ain't trying to be with nobody, and you know, I just want to be able to do what I want to do and just date. And when it comes to dating, there's two types of dating to me. It's dating with purpose and dating for entertainment.
Yeah, and that's fine too. And 9 times out of 10, women respect that. But the problem is the communication. Yeah. There's a communication failure between the two, because obviously you guys are both thinking something completely different. Yeah. So what does that mean? Nobody is communicating their actual feelings. Yeah. So I feel like if you can nip that in the butt from the very beginning, and then there's open and a safe space, because there needs to be a safe space for that too.
Absolutely.
If you're able to nip that in the butt, I feel like there'll be no confusion. Yeah. Because there's conversation.
But see, that's the part about it. She has already acknowledged, hey, I done put you in the friend zone. I done told you, you know, you're just my friend, and da-da-da-da-da. Even though he already expressed, hey, I like you, you know, these are the things that I would love to do for you, and you go out of your way to do those things, and she sees it, she likes it, but she still wants to receive it. No good goddamn well, there's no future beyond that. So why continue to do those things if I know there's no future between us? Now, some guys will still do it and try to wear you down. Yeah. You know, to eventually like, hey, you know what? She doesn't see me right now, but I'm still do those things. Yeah. So that's the part where, you know, I feel accountability comes into play. So if you know this guy's still doing all of this stuff for you, but you're still receiving it. Yeah. It's kind of like,
that's on her.
At some point, hey, Shawty, hey, you need to tell me, hey, stop, listen. I appreciate you. Yeah. Thank you, but I don't want to go out to the comedy show. Yeah. I don't want to go to this jazz concert with you.
Yeah, don't use me.
I don't want to go out to dinner with you, because all of this is in a form of relationship status vibes. Yep. And I'm not trying to go there with you thinking that there's going to be, you know, an opportunity for it. Right. There is no opportunity.
Correct.
That's where I feel accountability should come into play, where instead of continuing to receive those things because like, oh, I like it, I'm gonna just go ahead and just, if you want to do it, then that's on him. I'm gonna still can take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Know damn well, hey, he's doing it because he likes you. He's doing it because he wants to eventually win you over.
Yeah. No, and that, you're right. I mean, that is who is she? Okay. He keeps saying she. I want to know who she is.
I be going down my timeline and I'm still seeing it, and I see reels, and it's kind of like, the dude, he just stopped talking to me because I told him I just want to be friends, and he just stopped giving me this. He stopped taking me out to places, and it's kind of like he already knew the type of woman I was, which is like, hey, I'm not trying to be this way. I just want you for your money.
Yeah.
You know the type of lifestyle that I live. So if you can't, attend to that, then you can throw the deuces up.
Yeah.
So I be hearing all this stuff. I be like, but then I don't fault them because they tell you straight up, look, this is what I'm looking for, and this is who I am.
Yeah.
And
sometimes people tell you that. Sometimes they don't. Again, it's all about communication. But if you ever find yourself in a spot where you're giving to somebody you don't know what your role is in their lives, communication. Let's stop using each other, men and women, at the end of the day.
Wow.
And let's grow up, because all of that is called maturity.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So we about real grown up in up in this place. We're in our 40s. We are, and so we need to be in the space to be able to have conversation and to say, hey, this is what it is.
Absolutely. So now another part that some of my listeners want to really talk about is when you get to a part in your relationship, right? And I know, Queen Vibes with an S, okay? You guys, talk about sisterhood and, want to be, hold each other accountable. And then when it comes to relationships and things of that nature there, so you already know this notion of going 50-50 on things, or all this other stuff. Man need to protect, man need to provide, and all this baloney crap, right? I call it crap because I honestly I think it is. But I will say this, I'm not married, but when the good Lord blessed me to get married again, I do have expectations, right? And marriage is nothing more than a bond between a man and a woman that are uniting their personalities together, their characters together, because now there's compromising between the two parties, right? Not telling you to change, but now you got to come to understanding of boundary setting, right? So when it comes to having when it comes to finances, right? Okay, granted, I got my own place, right? Stay by myself, single, pay all my damn bills, whatever, right? So I get into a relationship and she decides, hey, guess what? My lease is up. We've been together for a while. We discuss, hey, just come move in with me and we can, figure the rest out, right? So mindful, I'm already paying my own bills. I'm not expecting her to hey, start chipping in, because I've been doing it already. Yeah. Just like she's been doing it already, right? So you still gonna pay for your car insurance, car note, your nails, cell phone. You've been doing that anyway, right? So why should I have to take on your bills now that you created? Okay? So that's the part where it'd be like, oh, that's a red flag for him. I can't deal with him, no, because he want me to pay for my own stuff now. Well, you created your own stuff. Continue to pay for your own stuff, right? But here's where the compromising come in at, right? Yeah. It's the discussion. Okay. So you mean to tell me the cell phone bill that you created, your car insurance that you created, and everything else that you created on your own, you want me to take on that responsibility now? So what do you plan on doing with your money, right? So I don't care what you do with your money, but the expectations is there. Look, you continue to do what you've been doing. Yeah. I'm not asking you to pay for the lights. I'm not asking you to pay the rent. None of that, because I've been doing that already. What I haven't been doing is helping you pay for your nails. What I haven't been doing is helping you pay your cell phone bill. What I haven't been doing is helping you pay, everything else. Yeah. Right? So, to make the long story short, and for those who think about getting married, or if you're already married and just, having to do all this stuff, just think about it. And a wise man told me this, my daddy, right? So, there's a married couple, or even a couple that's investing in one another, should have 4 bank accounts, right? That one bank account is the bill money. Y'all come together, figure out, hey, how much of this direct deposit going to come out of this check to go take care of all the bills. I'm talking about the rent, mortgage, whatever, the lights, water, and whatever else you consider as a major bill that's the whole house has to, tend to, right? Now, check account number 2, the savings account, right? So the savings account primarily is for in case something happens. This is your savings. This is your nesting, right? There's no debit card. There's no debit card. There's nothing, right?
Downtown.
We're downtown Orlando, so hey, anything can pop off. So we gotta watch them.
Be prepared.
Okay. So the second account is your savings, right?
Yeah.
So there's no debit card. There's no linking of accounts where you can transfer money in or transfer money out. No. So this would be that type of account where the only way that you can withdraw is that it takes both of your signatures, which means you're going down to the bank, to the branch, and withdrawing together, which means that you have to have a conversation.
Yes.
But sometimes people get slick and be like, okay, let me just take this out and I'll put it back next week. No, it causes you now to have a conversation. Why do you need this money, right? Which brings me to account number 3 and account number 4. That's your account, which is called your allowance.
It's a lot of accounts.
And my account, which is my allowance. Yeah, it's 4, absolutely. And this is how you stop all that confusion, right? I wish I'd have known that when I was married back in the day. But best believe, we're gonna have this conversation.
Okay.
So now, out of all that money you're making, right? You put into your account your allowance, which you spend your money on, and I'm gonna do the same. So whatever you use your allowance for, cool. But if you run out, don't touch the savings. Don't touch that bill money. Now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
So now, I hear you.
So
I hear you.
Elaborate.
So I'm gonna chime in just a little bit. And I'm chiming in on a personal level. Again, disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor.
Yep.
So I cannot tell you to have 4 accounts. I can only tell you a little bit of wisdom here, okay? So 2 things, what you said. People coming in with their own, their own financial stuff and accounts and et cetera, et cetera. I really believe it's different when you're dating versus when you're married.
Okay.
Right? I'm going to start there.
Please
because
do.
you said a couple things there. So when you are dating and dating with intent to marry, like you said, I truly believe that, that money conversation, when the relationship is mature and safe enough, can be had. Yes. If you're coming into the relationship and you got, as a female, your stuff, keep your stuff. He got his stuff, you keep your stuff. Now, if you're colliding worlds, right? Like, and she's living with you and all this other stuff, that is just a conversation. You have a conversation about finances. Okay. So, and each couple is different. It's not a one size fits all. Because some couples will come in, and I'm from the South, and a lot of times our men will take care of everything. Okay? And that is just where I'm from. That's fine. But there are people in different, cultural backgrounds or whatever it is, or how you were raised, may not see it as such. Okay? So when you say 50-50 when you're dating, okay, well, if that's what you guys decide to do, that's what you guys decide to do. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Right.
It just needs to be overly communicated and agreed upon.
Right.
Agreed upon. Now, when you talk about marriage, whole different story. Because when you talk about marriage and you're, marrying somebody, TJ, are you marrying somebody or are you coming into a 50% as a person, not money-wise?
Right.
Are you saying, here I am as TJ, here's 50% of me?
No, it's a whole 100%. This is who I am. This is what you're going to get from me. Right?
Exactly.
And that's the part where I think a lot of people misconstrue what 50-50 is. So I'm not coming in and saying, I'm going to give you 50% of me. No, I'm going to give you I'm going to give you all of me.
That's right.
But what you're not going to do is expect, and this is where expectations and boundaries are set. So this is a conversation we need to have in regards to financing. Okay, you're coming with your financing struggles. I'm coming in with mine. How can we come together?
That's right.
And do this thing as one. And because now we're partners.
Yes.
So how can we do this? We're going to at one point have to pick up somebody else's slack. At some point.
But that's going to be your whole. I was married for 10 years, right? So that is going to be your entire relationship. Is sometimes there were times where my ex-husband didn't work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I had to go out and do business. I was, not a single mom, I'm sorry. I was a mother of 3 children.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my goodness, okay, he lost his job. But that man, I'm a part of him and he's a part of me.
Yeah.
So when you go to that altar, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Not 50-50. You go as a whole, and then you come together. And hopefully you've had this talk in premarital counseling, FYI, about finances, because they're really great with that. But then that's when you come together and you go, hey, like, I get it. Like, your finances are yours are mine. But together, we now have this debt. What do we do about it?
Exactly. And that's the hard conversation that a lot of people don't want to have, because it's implied understanding. And what I mean by implied, it's not said, but it's implied that as if, just because you're a guy, you're expected to protect, to provide, and being a provider does not always mean finances. Okay, like same thing.
It's a whole encompass of being a provider. Finances is just one of the keys of it.
So that's just how I feel about that. And so how are those discussions with the sisterhood?
I love that tie-in.
So like, how do y'all handle that situation? Somebody comes and say, hey, look, I'm having marital issues about this. You know, this guy, he hasn't had a job in 2 months, and I'm tired of picking up the slack, and he's still working. I mean, he's still looking for work, but he hasn't been successful, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of struggling, and like, how do y'all have those type of conversations?
Yeah, that's a wonderful question. We do talk about those. We call those just real life conversations or issues, right? So we have different initiatives and programs that we do within Queen Vibes. One of them, shout out to Crown and Connect. So Crown and Connect is one of our initiatives where we come together virtually or in person. And these are more like small groups, small intimate groups, maybe about, I would say 20 to 30 folks. And it's every single month, and we meet up and we talk about some of those issues. We have hot topics. And every single time it's different. Not only and so here's the thing, I tell people all the time, you can get in a room and talk and discuss things with women all day long. We can all have our different opinions back and forth. But what we do, we go an extra step, an extra layer. We actually bring the professionals in.
Gotcha.
So we have professional coaches. Sometimes they're, counselors, and they come in and we talk through some of those issues together.
So we're gonna pause for just for a quick moment, so that give a shout out, because if you guys had not been on the first annual Rattler alumni cruise, from one of the best HBCUs in the country, Florida A&M University, this year we had a blast for the Rattler cruise, and we're gonna run it back. We're gonna run it back. So big shout out to Ernest Wilson, JD Vince, the whole staff, Bo Weezy, DJ Demp, DJ Squirrel, Courtney, EB, DJ No. Listen, we're gonna run the thing back next year. We're gonna run it back again.
Oh, y'all have the powerhouses out there.
Oh yeah. So go ahead and book your cruise. We're gonna run it back next year.
I might be on that one.
Hey, listen, it's gonna be on that one.
I think I was just talking to Taisha about, she's on one right now.
Yeah.
And I told her, I was like, well, I'm not an alumni, but my daughter went, so I'll be by way of my daughter.
There it is. So make sure you all go ahead and get your deposit, $200 deposit. Make sure you visit RattlerAlumniCruise.com to go ahead and book your cabin today. And Rattler Nation, get ready. Homecoming. You already know what time it is. Thursday night, it's the set. We got Young Bloods in the building performing this year. And hey, listen, it's gonna be a great time. So make sure y'all get y'all tickets, man. Let's make it do what it do each and every year. So Rattler Nation, we'll holler at y'all. All right, back to the program.
Okay. No, I like the plug. I always like plugs to support.
All right. Sure. So we're just talking about accountability, womanhood, sisterhood, holding each other, accountability, the resources and everything. So so we just want to make sure that the women are holding each other accountable. Not just amongst each other, but also in their relationship. So how has the sisterhood grown since started?
Oh goodness, we are so blessed. We started here in Orlando. It started, like I said, with 45 women coming to that Cooper's Hawk one night. we've expanded from those 45 people a year and a half ago. So September will be our 2-year anniversary. Plug for the Virgo party in September. We are going to do our 2nd year anniversary, so you guys come on out for that in Orlando. More details to come. But we have grown from the 45 to over 6,300 members.
45 to 6,300.
Yes, in a year and a half. And that is all by the grace and glory of God, okay, because that's who I believe in. And but also the women, like in our community, that really love and uphold the space and our vision and our values. And all they're doing is sharing it with other people. So 6,500, and we are in 7 chapters, and that's so 6 states and then 1 specific chapter for 50 plus. So
nice.
So shout out to Queen Vibes, Seattle, Washington, Chicago, Illinois, Houston, Texas, Indianapolis, of course, Florida, and then we have our 50 plus over. And Alabama. Oh, I didn't forget that's our newest one. That's my hometown, so I can't forget that.
You gotta have one now.
So Queen Vibes of Alabama. So, and our sub chapter in Claremont, which is just going crazy over in Claremont. So we're super excited about the growth.
So here's the thing, like with women. Sometimes women, they see other women, empowering other women. They got their own organization. It's kind of like, they trying to bite off me, or hey, why they doing something that I'm doing, right? So a good friend of mine, Monique Nichols, she also has Can You Woo Woo Woo? So how have you been able to partner with her, or talk amongst each other to be able hey, how can we help empower one another? Because I know you got yours, and I got mine. So how's that relationship been working?
Awesome, to be honest. And I'm going to say this, and it's not just Monique, right? Because it's so important. Again, we were having this conversation coming up here as women in general, doing what we're doing, having organizations, being impactful in the community, to be okay with your purpose, your lane, and being confident in that, and being able to collab with other women that are doing, I don't even say the same thing, because I feel like we all have a different purpose, right? But we all have women supporting women, right? At the end of the day, we're all supporting each other. So I actually have really great relationships with some of these women here in Orlando. I don't think that I've had any type of issues. To be honest, I am a girl's girl through and through. I've always been like this. So I will, if I feel like Monique, for example, she's been in the game for a while, right? I call her, my bigger sister, even though she don't look like it. So, so she's been doing this for quite some time, and I love, of course, what she's doing. So my job is to
shout out to
is to say, hey, girl, like I see what you're doing. I'm championing behind you, but also let's come together and let's use our brains together as women. Because listen, Orlando's not the only place with women. Just FYI, I'm gonna tell y'all that. It is not the only place. We have a whole United States of America plus the country to tap into if we want to go international. So we are here using our own gifts and our purpose for the greater good of the women's community. So it's been awesome. And we talk all the time. I think we're talking on the way up here. Just collabing together about like how can we really make an impact from all of the organizations together.
Nice. And for those who don't want to know what WOO is, it's Women of Orlando. Founded by Monique Nichols. And they just recently had their big
WOO conference.
WOO conference, back in June, and I'm happy that I was part of it, being able to capture some of the magic behind the scenes, so people can get an idea of what WOO is all about, and how Sisterhood can come together all in one place and support and help one another. So again, big shout out to Monique Nichols, WOO, and being able to also collab, or being able to have a support system like Queen Vibes Nation to be able to support one another and not go against one another. And that's what it's all about. So
and I could have, and this is where I think a lot of women go wrong, even with your question, like, oh people say, or if they say you're biting off of this and we have the same this and this. I could have said, oh well, what really sets us apart is this. And you don't do that because you don't have to do those things. That's just being messy. Yes, you don't have to say, oh well, this person got this and this person got that. No, just literally say, at the end of the day, we are all women supporting each other.
Yeah.
There is no competition, at least in my house, there's no competition. And the people that I work with, collab with, there's no competition.
Good.
So I just haven't seen it. Knock on wood. There's no wood around here, but
We'll knock on it somewhere.
I haven't seen it personally. But you always stay up in prayer though too.
Yeah.
Like for me, I stay in prayer all the time, and I always ask God to, protect me, protect the organization, bring people that are willing to make an impact and really come alongside with the vision. So
Okay.
yeah.
So now, has the tribe or the nation,
Yeah.
do you guys do matchmaking? Like, you got a whole bunch of women with no guys in it, right? With no guys in it, right?
Yeah.
So, for the single women that are involved, you guys ever like, hey, I got a perfect guy that might be good for you, or pretty much another word, play matchmaking. Do y'all ever do that?
No.
Oh, okay. Mm-mm. So fellas, no, they don't matchmake.
Listen.
They don't matchmake.
We don't technically, we're not a matchmaking service.
Oh,
So
okay.
we don't technically go, we got this guy, we're going to do now that's a good show that we could probably create or do something like that,
Hey.
like a dating service or something
wait
like
a minute now,
that.
hold on.
Speed
a little
speed dating.
Okay.
We can certainly do that, because let me tell you about something about queens. The queens, they are all beautiful.
Yeah.
They're beautiful inside and out.
Yes, they are.
We have a great what do you call it? Just group of women. I don't want to call them members, because they're not. They're more than that to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, we don't have anything matchmaking. However, we do have our, intimate conversations.
Right.
If my girlfriend's here and I know somebody, that may fit her criteria, that's just a girlfriend conversation though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fellas, if you're ever at any of these events, they're not going to try to match you up. You just got to shoot your shot, dog.
Yeah.
And do what you do. Now, if there does become a speed dating event or some type of,
You signing up? I know you signing up.
listen, I'm no longer looking for love. Love is just gonna come knocking on my door.
Love will look for you.
Love gonna look for me.
Just position yourself.
That's it. I just got to be in a position to
Yeah.
accept it, receive it,
Yeah.
and understand if this is what is what's meant for me.
Yes.
Because I've been presented with a lot of opportunities, but those opportunities just didn't pan out.
Okay,
because
sir. You hear him?
I'm just saying, like, listen, I got to be able to receive it, and no, can't receive that one. Sorry, but hey, and vice versa. Sometimes I will try to shoot my shot.
Yeah.
But I'm not that dude for them.
Uh-huh.
And I respect that. It's like, all right, cool. Hey, you know what you like.
Yeah.
I know what I like. So, but that's good that you guys you talk about relationships.
Yeah.
Now there's something that you guys also do that I thought was amazing.
Yeah.
Helping one another out in crisis. Like, for instance, I know recently you guys, helped one of the Queen Vibes move from one location to another.
Yeah.
But it was a last minute thing. Talk to us a little bit about that and how that unfolds and like what you guys do. To be able to like, hey Queens, look, we have a sister that's in need, moving here, moving there. We go ahead and help them move, pay for this for X amount of months. And like, how does that work?
Yeah, so what you're talking about, there's a couple crises actually that just recently happened. But yeah, one of our queens, unfortunately, her and her two children were homeless. Let's just point blank, they were homeless. And she has, and this has been one of our queens since we started.
Okay.
So first of all, we had a relationship with her, right? Secondly, she reached out to everybody, was like, hey, I don't know, does anybody have any jobs available or housing? And we didn't get a ton of responses, but people kind of piped in.
Okay.
But she had an immediate need.
Yes.
That day.
Okay.
She had no place to go. I told her to come to my house just because I didn't want her kids in the car.
Okay.
And we sat and we prayed and we strategized, and she had already made a post. And so what happened was our leaders jumped in on the post and was tagging people that they knew, resources, right?
Good.
Hey,
Nice.
so-and-so. Even if it, and this is the beauty though of Queen Vibes, because we're in different states.
Yes. Okay.
So it doesn't just isolate to Orlando, Florida, and the resources here.
Got it.
So we have a wide range of resources across the United States.
Okay.
So we chimed in, we tagged Charidy, which is our founder as well. She actually is a manager, and I'm getting her title wrong because she's like real up here. She's boss lady.
Boss lady.
She really is. And she has developed a program where she can, it's called Second Chance Housing, where she can get people, homeless people, into houses immediately like that.
Nice.
So as soon as she saw that, she was tagged. She called immediately. She said, hey, friend, what's going on? I see what's happening. Is there an opportunity for her to move from Florida to Illinois? And she was in my house, and I told her, based off of, and I know her personal history, hey, like, what are you tied to here? We had a hard conversation like we usually have in Queen Vibes. And she was like, nothing. So in that moment, we were able to get her into Charidy, because I'm going to say that, get her transferred to Indianapolis.
Nice.
We also, Charidy did a post saying, hey, she needs gas, she needs food for her children during transit.
Right.
This is all in real time.
Wow.
Like
that's
not even 6 hours. Posted it in the whole Queen Vibes tribes. I think our goal was like $350, but I think we got her at least $800, $600 to $800 to travel that night. She got on the road the next day. She gassed up, went to Indianapolis. She now has a 3-bedroom, 2-bath townhouse for her children. Yes, praise God and Queen Vibes Nation. For her children have never had their own bedrooms.
Wow.
Never. They were so elated and so excited, and so now they have that. And now that she's in the hands of the Indianapolis Queens, they're giving her more resources. So now it's furnishing her home, giving her groceries. She even got a job.
Oh, look at
within
that.
3 days.
Look at that.
So this is the beautiful thing about what we do, because we actually care. So there is an intake process that goes along with all of that, and because we got to keep our papers right?
Gotta get it,
for the government, so we do that.
Make sure you're using that dope money. So don't come after my girls, y'all.
And one size doesn't fit all. Right, for everything. So we were able to meet that need in the moment. And then again, we also have done our chemo baskets as well for those that are currently going through chemotherapy. So we asked the nation to really, do like a care bag or care kit for them, which will be delivered, you guys, soon. We're super excited about it, to those women. And that's part of the heart of what we do, our heart. But of course, we do community impact. We feed the homeless. We have a recovery center that's getting ready to open in Houston, Texas, which you don't know about, which is amazing. That's one of our other chapters.
You guys know now.
I know. So we're getting ready to open that. And there's more to come. More to come.
So obviously everybody back home watching, listening, want to know how can they sign up or how can they be part of the nation? Because it sounds like the ladies are doing amazing things. Sisterhoods, bonds are being put together. So how do they sign up, or what do they need to talk to, or what?
There's a few ways, but like I mentioned before, we do have the 7 chapters. So definitely find us on social media, platforms. Facebook, you can go to the specific state. So if you're here in Florida, it's Queen Vibes of Florida on Facebook, and then Instagram, it's actually a nation page. So you're gonna go Queen Vibes Nation on IG. And then on our chapter level, you have to actually put in specific states on Facebook to join. And if you don't have one in your city, reach out to me. We're building. I do all the onboarding in every single state. It is growing like crazy, and I foresee us honestly international, because I actually just had a conversation with another girl about that. So that's how they can get involved.
Hey, y'all heard it first, man. Listen, it's been a pleasure to finally have you on the podcast, and we're here at downtown, beautiful Old Town, the city beautiful.
It's hot.
And it's getting hot, y'all. Oh, Jesus, my whole back wet right now. So hey, make sure you guys continue to support the Black Couch Chronicles. Ladies, make sure you guys reach out to the Queen Vibes Nation. So where they bond sisterhoods and bringing women together for one common goal, and that's to support and help one another. So it's your main man, TJ Chatman. Hey, until next time, remember to keep it locked. The best is yet to come. Let's go.
Bye, you guys.